Okay, so the date is April 21st at 2:36 p.m. So I'm currently with my mother, Galina Pozharsky, and we're going to talk to her and get her thoughts on everything that's going on right now with the pandemic and the vaccine. So before we get started with that, Mom, I do want to talk about some COVID-19 stats right now. So as it currently stands, in Wisconsin, there has been 6,904 deaths from the COVID-19. And across the nation, there has been a recorded 577,857 deaths. So with all that in mind, there are, a lot of people out there who are very skeptical about the, COVID-19. They don't feel that it's really a big deal. So I guess my first question for you is, Mom, like, how do you feel about the vaccine? Do you think it's a big deal, or do you think that we're overreacting to it?
No, first, what I think about illness by itself, COVID-19. Yeah, I think it's real. I think it's real like any flu, for example. Yeah, and I think vaccine is working for some people, but in general, I think the people is overacting over vaccination. It's like they should consider it's like any vaccination from any flu, for example, or from any other illness.
Mm-hmm.
So they shouldn't separate COVID from the other. That's what I think.
So why do you think they did then? Like, why do you think the government?
Because if I look at statistics, it's not so big. It's not so stressful. So if you compare, for example, the deaths from COVID and deaths from flu and deaths from, I don't know, cancer, for example, you will be surprised at how cancer, for example, it's the number is much, much bigger than number from COVID. So, and I think often the doctors talking about COVID if the death is from other illness. But for example, the man or woman were sick and they were sick both with heart disease, for example, and with COVID, and his or she died. And they put COVID because COVID somehow
like exasperated, like caused it to, like triggered it, right?
But it's not exactly COVID. The reason for death was not exactly COVID. That's why I think the number of COVID is too much.
Yeah, you feel it's been inflated.
Yes.
So I guess why all this drama with COVID-19? Why do you think, either the government or because there's a lot of doctors and experts who are telling us that this is a big deal?
Yes, it's true, but I think it's more political stuff than medical.
Okay, and so what do you feel would be like the political stuff behind it?
I don't know. I'm not political person, and I don't know, and I didn't think too much about it, but it's obviously it's political stuff because democratic stuff, if to compare it, democratic states and Republican states, and compare the number of deaths, and compare how the people how it deals with COVID, and what's the reason why the number in Republican states is less than number of COVID deaths in Democratic states. There should be some reason. I don't know. I didn't deep on this stuff because I'm not political person, and but obviously it's political reasons for number of deaths from COVID.
Okay, gotcha. And so I guess a question for that, where are you getting your information on these things? Like, what would you say has been your main source of information on COVID-19?
Mostly from internet.
Mhm.
Mostly from internet, from okay, what's the
Maybe social media, perhaps?
social media? Not, no, I'm not the social media person. Как это называется? I forgot the media. I forgot the media. What is it? Just say me. What's the most
There's Facebook. Are you
common?
talking about like
What's the
Facebook?
common media for people they love?
Well, there's like, are you talking about like platforms like Facebook?
It's okay. I will look on my phone and
Okay,
I will tell you instantly.
sure.
Instantly, what is it? And it's YouTube.
So YouTube,
This is
okay.
YouTube. Yeah, I
Gotcha.
love to look YouTube because you don't need to read. Yeah, I'm a lazy person. Yeah, that's why I'm just listen what other people saying. And actually, I'm listening news from both Democrats and from Republicans, and I'm
Mhm.
just thinking, I'm just comparing the information, and I see and I understand that is political stuff. That's why I don't worry about COVID vaccination. And there is a different reason why I don't think about it, because my very bad immune system.
Mhm.
So I know as soon as I get this vaccination, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. As soon as I get this COVID. So I need just to be safe. Just
Gotcha. So I guess like how do you then feel about other people getting vaccinations? Like what if I got a vaccination, for example?
yeah, I'm sorry about them. I'm sorry about them because vaccination is not studied yet.
Mhm.
I know any vaccination need a lot of time to be proved, to be certain it's not it doesn't have side effects. It doesn't have any bad stuff. So we don't have this time. We know this COVID illness not too much time. So the doctors and the researchers don't have a lot of time. And it looks like mass trial for people. So I know a lot of people who died immediately after vaccination, and they were very healthy men and women, and they died from some unexpected illness, and doctors were shocked. I know doctors who were shocked with this death. That's why I not intend to get this vaccination,
Mhm.
and I don't understand the people who try to get this vaccination. I know now a lot of people, it's a line in Walgreens, for example, and in hospitals from people who want to get this vaccination. And I just don't understand why. Why? Just be careful. Just be careful. And think about this COVID like about any flu. Do you get any flu? There is like bird flu, for example. It's a very, very bad illness. Or something else, there is a lot of bad illness you can get, but you don't worry about it. Why? Because you know it's just It's just seldom. It's not every human got this illness. And everything is under the God. If God wants, you will get this. If you need, for some reason, get this illness, you will get it. So just trust God. Just trust. I think He cares about it. And don't worry about something. Don't worry about death. In general, everybody will be dead someday. So
I guess in my experience, that's a very unique perspective, especially in like America, for example. Now, you were born in Russia and you did immigrate over to America. So I guess like, how do people in Russia, family members or friends you have, how do they feel about COVID-19? Do they feel the same way as you do, or do they feel differently?
it's very strange. But now, doesn't matter who is president, what the country is it, and what the country you living in. Everybody reacts the same way. All rulers, all people in the country reacts the same way. There is a lot of people in Russia who just, I don't know, dreams to get this vaccination. And a lot of people who skeptic.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter for the country. The people and the rulers act the same way. That's strange. It's a very strange situation now.
Gotcha. And so I know I asked about COVID-19, but when it comes to vaccinations, I would like to ask where you're getting your information on that. Are you also getting it from YouTube?
Now I'm sick from shingles.
Mhm.
What is it,
Yes.
shingles? Shingles, it's illness. Any person um, who get um, chicken pox in a childhood
Mhm.
can be sick. So if you get chicken pox in a childhood, you can get these shingles in when adult,
Yes.
when when old. So, and I know when the people get vaccination from chicken pox, they don't have the shingles, or they have shingles in very simple, very
Like,
simple.
like simple
So it's
form.
better and much better. So much better to get shingles vaccination, or not shingles, but chicken pox vaccination. For example, you got chicken vaccination when you were child.
Mhm.
So you can be worried about shingles when adult. You will never have the shingles in my form,
Yes.
That's why I think some vaccination are very good. Do you
So
understand me?
yeah.
So I'm, for example, I want WJ get, or not WJ, but his kids get
Yes.
vaccination now from chickenpox, because now I know it's good vaccination. It's good vaccination because I have shingles for 3 months,
Mm.
and I don't know when I can be out.
Yes.
Not every time vaccination is bad. No. So I can't say I'm against vaccination. No.
But you are against COVID-19 vaccination, correct?
But COVID or any flu vaccination or some other vaccination, like vaccination of girls in 15s, there is some vaccination, or men. No, I'm against them.
Mhm.
I'm against some vaccination. I don't think they're necessary, but I'm for some vaccination in the childhood.
Okay. So I guess, how do you determine whether one vaccine is good and one vaccine is
Yes,
bad?
it's just experience. It's just experience, you know, some and experience and thinking. You should understand what is vaccination and how it's working. And I know, for example, any flu or any COVID, they mutated very easily. So when you get vaccination from one form, from one shape,
Mhm.
it doesn't work from any mutation, and your vaccination doesn't work. So it's not certain, you understand? And there is some illness certain, they do not change. So if you do a vaccination, I got chicken pox, it doesn't mutate it. So every time you know you got it. But when you do vaccination from COVID, it's like nothing, because next time it's mutated, you not getting in target, you know, you just like didn't do vaccination.
Gotcha. And you feel that there can be side effects to the vaccine, correct?
Oh, it's certain. And in some people, yeah, it's not what I think, it's what experience show. Because there is there are a lot of people, or there is a lot of people did this vaccination. They did have a lot, and they had a lot of side effects. So it's just experience. It just time show this vaccine has a lot of side effects. It's not what I thinking. It's what we having, what we are having. You understand?
Gotcha. So in terms of outside of like your experience and time, you did refer to that you watched some YouTube videos, correct? Or on social media and just going on the internet.
You know, I don't try to advise because it's very stupid thing. The people who believes on vaccination, you can prove them. You can prove nothing. There is people who believe in vaccination, they will do vaccination, doesn't matter what you say. And there are people who are skeptical, they never will do vaccination. So I do not try to advise. I know it's just a waste of time.
You talked about believing, and so you seem to be suggesting that there are people who, as like an act of faith, they trust the vaccines, and by extension, they trust the government. Is that what you're saying? Like the people who believe in vaccines, they do it because they believe in the
No,
experts?
Andrew, it's very interesting, but not all people who trust vaccine trust the government. No,
Okay.
there is no correlation between it. It's like different stuff. It's absolutely different stuff. Yeah, I know a lot of people who are not like government, who are against them, but they are still believe in this COVID vaccination. Yeah, it's very interesting. No, there is no correlation.
Well, it may not be just like the government, for example, but it could also mean like experts, like a doctor says the vaccine is okay.
For example, if Trump and Biden are different, right? But they are both for vaccination. They
Yes.
are both say vaccination is good. So,
So yeah, so if Trump, for example, would say that vaccination was good, there would be a group of people who would believe that, correct?
no,
No?
no. There is no correlation between believing in political system or believing to some leaders and trusting to vaccination. No, it's absolutely different stuff. So
So
It's
is there a relation anywhere, do you think? Like
no
why?
relationship, no relationship, no. I understand, I understand it's political stuff. What I mean? I mean, politics are using the COVID stuff in their purpose. But people who believe or not believe in vaccination understand it and divide by two groups who believe in vaccination or they just, some people understand it's political stuff. Some people don't understand the political stuff, but they believe in numbers, politics say. So it's because, some just fear which is created by numbers helps the politics to get their goal, fear.
Okay. So fear mongering.
Yeah, but I don't know how it's working. I don't
Yeah.
know how it's working and what they want to get, what's the goal, what they want to get. But I just don't believe in these numbers. I don't believe in this, all this media fear around COVID.
Mhm.
And I don't believe in COVID vaccination. It's just me.
Okay.
It's what
So
I thinking.
following up on that, I guess what makes you so unique in this regard? Because right now it appears that the dominant view is that the vaccine are good, they're safe, and people should be taking them. Why is it that so many people believe in that, but you haven't? What separates you from a lot of other people?
I don't know, maybe smartness. I
Maybe.
don't know. I don't know. Maybe stupidity of the people. I don't know. I don't know. And I have no idea. And it's it doesn't matter for me.
Okay. Um,
If the people want to die, they have a freedom to do it.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So let's say that you were in charge of America, just hypothetically, and you started hearing about COVID-19, how
Okay.
would how would you have the country respond then?
Okay, I will say, look, people, COVID is it's really bad stuff. Just be careful. You have some ways to be safe. So you can wear this stuff, but it doesn't help too much. I mean, mask. You can wear it, but you should understand it doesn't help too much. Maybe just for you to be safe. Так, я... Then, next. You can get vaccination, but it doesn't work. And you should understand it has a lot of side effects. So it's up to you. It's up to people to wear mask, to make a vaccine, or to, I will explain all dangers from all this stuff. But probably I will act like Lukashenko. It's from Belarus. Or from, I don't know, other country who doesn't have any problem with stopping or, economy or something. No,
Yes.
I will live like any other day. So I will do not create any stressful situation from COVID. I just will explain, and I will give the word to the doctors. I'm not a doctor, I'm just politic. So I will find good doctors, the best doctors, like I think, give them word and say the people how important is it to wear a mask or to do something? How important is it? I'm not a doctor, I'm just political. And I will not stop economy. I will not create all the stuff they created. It's what I would do, like political.
Okay, so you talked about the, trusting these like doctors. What if the doctors said that it's important to wear masks or that we have to consider shutting down the economy? These are what the
Okay,
doctors say.
yeah, it's very important as first. They probably two kind of doctors. One doctor say it's not important, but one doctor say it's important. Yeah, the doctors whom I believe say it's not important. Say something different. It's doctors whom I believe.
So what if those
Probably
doctors were in the minority?
the doctors in majority, like I understand now, whom I read, whom I listen, say it's not important.
So I guess like why would you trust that group of doctors more than the majority of doctors?
It's not majority, and you should understand. It's again your choice, who you believe, what doctors you believe. It's again your smartness. It's again your brain. You should choose the doctors who you believe. You should choose. There is a lot of doctors. You should understand who is political, who is just. I don't know. I don't know any good doctor who say it's important. Do you know?
I do believe there's I may be pronouncing his name wrong, but Dr. Fashi.
I don't believe him. It's not good doctor at first.
Oh,
Nobody believe him from
yes.
a good doctor who I mean doctors who got Nobel Prize, for example, for something, or doctors who work at who work at uh, uh, with vaccine or something. No, they don't believe him. It's this doctor looks like clown for me, or not clown, but
Like a
actor.
pseudo intellectual or a fake doctor.
Yeah, fake doctor. It's like fake doctor for me. I don't know.
Okay. So I guess is there a way to determine who to trust? Like for example,
There is no way, just your brain.
so you just
Just
have
your
to.
brain, just your choice, just your smartness. There is no way. You can trust people, you choose. You can trust doctors, you choose. You choose all the time. It's
Mhm.
your choice. It's your smartness. It's your brain. Nobody else.
Okay. It's just that you seem to be like over and over. I'm seeing a pattern that you seem to be referring to who we choose to trust as kind of like an act of faith or belief. But like, is belief the only way we can decide, or is there things such as like looking at data or looking at facts? And
Yeah, you should. Yeah. That's why. How can you believe? You first looking for dates. You, I don't know. Probably in a time you choose some people around you whom you believe,
Mhm.
and you listen to them. And there is some. You can be smart in any other field. So you can be there is, because it's a different field like medicine. It's absolutely different field.
Mhm.
So if people whom you trust say something about, and they are specialists and they know what they think and what they do. For example, I know very good it's plumbing Pascal. I believe him. He's a doctor. He's veterinary, but he knows what about the stuff about this one. And it's like his first education, and he's politic. and
Mhm.
he is very good. So I believe him. When he's talking about vaccination, I believe him. I believe what he talking about because he knows. I don't know this stuff. He knows this stuff. So first one, choose the people whom you believe
Okay.
in the different fields. For example, in medical stuff, medical field, in political field, and something. And think what they talking about, and choose your way. I don't know what's the other way. We can be smart in any field.
Okay. So I guess how would you get to trust someone? What makes you trust
I don't
someone?
know, Andrew. It's not a question for me. It's for a psychologist.
Mhm.
How people find the other people you can trust. I don't know. Maybe it's some field.
Could
Maybe
like
it's something beyond us. You know,
mhm.
we don't know how we can trust other people.
Well, is it possible that, could evidence play a part in that? So someone's like, I have evidence. Here's why you should trust me,
I
and here's the
think
proof for
any
that.
part has evidence, any part. Any people you can choose from have some evidence.
Mhm.
But for some reason, you believe this evidence and you don't believe another evidence. You understand?
So you
And
think
I
it's
don't know how it's happened. There is something bigger than we just thinking. Something bigger beyond us. We just feel it.
mhm.
We just feel it's like electromagnetic fields between people. We can't see, but we can feel.
Okay.
It's a very, very good question, but this question is beyond our knowledge.
Mm. So it's kind of like an intuition.
It's like intuition, yes.
Gotcha. So in your view, evidence, facts, data, they don't really play a part in this. Like both groups, people who believe in vaccines and believe in COVID-19 as a big threat, and those who don't, they have like equal amount of evidence, but who believes in them is based on like their trust or their power.
Yes, Andrew. This evidence, because I'm not a specialist, because I'm not the person who knows medical stuff. Yeah, I should choose a person who is who knows this stuff,
Mhm.
and I choose to believe him or do not believe him or her. I choose just person whom I can believe, who can understand, who can manage these dates and understand what the dates are. And he or she just explains me. It's up to me to believe him or do not believe. And it's a difference what person you choose. You
Mhm.
can choose this person, another person can choose different person, and they can be different. So, and whom we choose, Andrew, it's a really big question. It's a good question, but it's a big question. I don't know how we choose.
Okay.
It's a you know, when you live in, you go in some way, and this way sooner or later
I
taking
s-
that or those people. How it's happened, I don't know. For example, for the last half year, I listened to different people, and from first time I believed one people, but then I decided to choose another people. You know, it's not straight way.
mhm. Gotcha. And do you feel that most people are like that too?
I
Like
know
people.
because you know, I'm not a social person.
Mhm.
I'm not talking a lot with other people.
Sure.
I'm just sitting and listening and looking and watching something and thinking about. It's everything. The person I'm talking with, mostly just you. Nobody else, I don't know. I'm talking with you, but I didn't talk to you a lot, right? We
Well,
just talked maybe one time or two times.
what about like COVID-19, I'm sure.
Yeah, for all this time.
And as you said in the previously in this, you said that you're not here to advise, right? Like you're not telling people that they have to think like this, correct?
No. I'm not advisor. I'm
That's
not
probably why
advisor.
you didn't, I'm guessing that's why you didn't talk to a lot of people about this then, besides me.
Yeah. I think if it's smart people, they can understand. If there is stupid people, you can prove anything to them.
Gotcha. And at that point, it's then a matter of faith
Yes.
or belief.
Yes.
All right. So really at the end of the day, the pro-vaccine people and the anti-vaccine people, it's really a matter of trust in a system or a person or an idea.
Yes. Not just trust, fear.
Fear. So very
Plus fear.
emotional, it's
Trust
based on
plus
perspective.
fear. If they
Mm,
fear, they trust any person who say it's okay, it's good, it's good, because they're looking for a decision. They fear the death. They fear the death, and they listen any person who say, look, this vaccine taking you from death, and they're going death, fear. It's not about trustful. It's more about fear. I think so.
okay. And in your view, because you're not afraid of death, you see it as something
Yeah,
that's
because I'm not
inevitable.
afraid of death. It's not matter for me.
Yeah.
It's
So in
not.
your view, you're able to see a higher picture than most
Yes,
people can.
yes, because I'm not. Yeah, probably this one. Yeah.
All right. So I guess for these people, like, do you feel that they're right to at least some degree? Because they may say like they have data or they have evidence. How do you
I
respond to
think
that?
they even don't think about that, and they don't look. Yeah, they just look, Andrew. We
Mhm.
found very good word. It's fear. It's fear. It's not trustful. It's not thinking. It's not some. It's just fear of the death. If
Gotcha.
people who fear the death, they trust in anyone who says this vaccine is taking you from death. And they believe to anybody, it doesn't matter for them who says this word. So fear. People who doesn't have fear, they probably skeptical. They thinking about it, they looking for dates, they looking for people, you know, but mostly people are fear of death. They don't want to be dead. So they going to, they rushing to Walgreens, to any hospital to take the vaccine because they didn't want to be dead. Yeah.
Do you think it could go the other way too? So there might be people who don't want to acknowledge this death. They don't want to acknowledge fear.
These people mostly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They don't think about that. Mostly they don't think about it. They just trust to doctor. They just trust the doctor. They don't want to be dead. That's it. Done.
Mhm.
They don't think about political stuff. They don't think about numbers. They don't think about anything. Just doctor said it's okay, it's good. So they rush and get this vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess for the final question for this interview, you were talking about a lot of people are victims of fear or fear mongering from politicians or other systems in place. I guess how do you know that you're not a victim of this as well? Like how do you know that you're not being pandered to or someone's not manipulating you?
Yeah, you answered already because I don't afraid of death. And I'm thinking about very quietly. very,
So you're not being emotional about it.
very cold. Yeah, I have cold mind and think, okay, it's not so bad. It's not so. I'm looking for number and say, oh, it's not so bad. It's bad like any flu. Yeah, it's a very bad illness. If I got this COVID, I will be dead as well. I understand it, and if I get COVID. But if I go to vaccine, I will get this illness for sure. You know, maybe I will COVID. It's just chance for me. But if I go to vaccination, it's 100% for me. I got this illness. You understand?
Yeah.
And I will die. Just for me, doesn't matter what is it, vaccination or COVID, I will dead. I will be dead. But COVID, maybe I will have this COVID. Maybe it's a chance. But vaccination, if I get, it's for sure.
Gotcha. So you're rolling the dice on this, hoping you don't get.
Yes, I will not be dead as well. But I know vaccination for me is death for sure. Death for sure. And COVID is that's for sure, but COVID is not for sure.
Well, let's hope for the best.
Death from COVID is for sure, but the COVID in general for me is under the question. Maybe I will be out of COVID.
We'll see. We'll hope for the best. And
Yes.
I guess that concludes this interview. Thank you very much for taking the time to discuss your thoughts about COVID-19.
Okay, Andrew, it's better you didn't see me, or you saw me. Did you see me?